Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with System Shock 2 Blind. It's actually quite a dynamic piece of music that is welcoming us here, but I've just started exploring the first deck of the Von Braun, but there is already a lot happening. Like, maybe not happening, but a lot is brewing in the background, sort of. We encountered a strange lab monkey that attacked us, and it had like exposed brain or something, so that was pretty weird. But overall, I'm very much into this game, much more than in the case of the first one. Research software module. Interesting. So what does... okay, but I don't have the necessary skills. That's sad. There's a lot of... I wonder if this actually says anything in binary. But I can't read binary just like that, and it goes far too quickly to even, you know, take a look at it and put it into a translator or something. Though, a fun fact, we actually, like, at computer science at school, we actually had, we had lessons in decoding and coding numbers in binary, which was really weird and pointless. In general, computer science lessons at Polish schools are pretty much nonsense anyway, unless you're going to like a profiled school that is concentrated on that kind of thing. But as a part of general education, it's pretty much nonsense, because you learn things that aren't really useful. Like, you mess around in... Does he have a firearm or a... No, it's a pipe. You learn things that are pretty useless, such as, you know, handling paint or whatever. At least it was this way. Oh fuck! Oh damn it! Okay, so I killed myself. At least I activated the reconstruction chamber earlier, so I wasn't instantly dead, but it's still pretty embarrassing. There are a lot of directions I could go in. Yeah, but what I was saying, when I went to school, the things you learned at computer science were pretty much nonsense. Like, I don't know, doing Christmas cards in Paint or whatever, or like basic, well, I guess basic Word, Microsoft Word and Excel things were borderline useful, but most of all was like wasting time. There is no conceivable reason for you to learn how to decode and code numbers in binary, because one, no humans speak binary, and we don't have like androids or whatever, or droids like in Star Wars that would speak binary. And even if they would speak binary, as for example, I think basically R2-D2 spoke binary, sort of, because he made different sounds for ones and zeros. Even if he did that, then it's still like knowing how to decode it from a written form wouldn't help you anyway, so it's overall pointless. And just a waste of time. And unfortunately, it was this way with a... Okay, is that like a combat music or something?
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von Braun is a Class 3 infraction.
Ah, but I didn't actually use any firearms, so... Not sure why he's angry at me. I'm going to die again, am I not? Yeah, I think I am. Ah, but this time reconstruction actually drains my nanites. So it's at least some kind of penalty for failure. But I was actually supposed to pick up an energy cell and charge it, so damn it, I overcharged it and actually hurt myself. What I wanted to do was...
Potential threat detected. Potential threat detected.
Yeah, I think the hybrids very much respond to the alarm.
Security alert terminated.
Damn it. Oh man, this one... Yeah, I'm not doing great, am I? This one is armed with a firearm, no less. And it's broken, but I wouldn't be able to use it anyway, I think, because I don't have the necessary weapon skill, so overall it's looking pretty rough for me. But there was a battery here, or rather a power cell. How do I highlight? Game player? What the? Do I have my own Game Boy or something? Corn attracts swine. Don't step on the corn. Flag the corn. Oh, so basically it's Minesweeper, you're telling me. Yeah, it's Minesweeper with the numbers replaced with pigs. Well, I'm not going to sit here playing Minesweeper, but still. I guess it's cool if unnecessary addition. Oh, there are some items up here. Okay, and the log. I probably don't need the plants, so I'm not going to... I'll keep one, just in case it's used for like research or something. Though my inventory space is running out, so I'll be forced to part with something anyway soon enough, but for now let's check this log.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
Okay, so there's a radiation problem in engineering. Good to know. Medical and crew quarters, but it's locked, so... right, because I need to charge a power cell and then put it here. I wonder if the enemies respawn. They do seem to, which is kind of annoying. Although, one interesting tidbit, he just begged me to kill him, which implies that he is aware of what he's doing, probably, but not in control of his own body, which is always a horrifying thought. Like, it's those kind of possession tropes are always pretty scary, but I think it's even more scary when you consider that a person could be perfectly aware of what it's doing, not want to do it, and yet be forced to do it anyway. Like, it ramps up the horror pretty effectively. Though, not really satisfied with the amount of enemies so far. Whoa, chemical storeroom.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
Okay, that's good that she pointed out it's unnecessary and stupid to carry them all at once, because if she didn't, then I probably would have tried to, but I certainly don't have space for it. I wonder if I can mark it. Can I write something down here? Or is it... chemical storage? Because I'd imagine it's going to be useful at some point. Oh, I've got a pistol now. I guess I would throw out the shotgun because it's broken. This just gives me a basic rundown of all the chemicals they have available on this deck. Well, I'm not going to pick up any of them for now because I don't even have the research skill, so it would be pretty pointless. Okay, the hybrids are pretty creepy indeed, like it was asking what happened to me and stuff. As I said, it's always more creepy when the victim is aware of what is happening, at least to some degree, but is unable to stop it. And even though it seems, you know, a very cliche thing, you have to consider that this game is pretty old, so it might have actually been one of the games that pioneered this kind of enemy, and even if it didn't, it still utilized them effectively enough. Okay, there's a turret down there, but I do need to go down there anyway because I need to recharge the power cell, so we'll need to... Damn it. Okay, it's even worse because there are actually 2 turrets. And I'm not even sure if my if the cryokinetic blast is effective against them, but I would imagine it would be more effective than the standard pistol round. In the first game there were actually different types of ammo for each weapon, and for example you had like Teflon rounds for firearms, which were effective against cyborgs but not against organic targets, so I would imagine it's similar in this game as well. But I do need to manage to destroy them somehow, because yeah, I'm not doing great, am I? Because I need to access that recharge station. Damn it. Okay, so I am damaging it, albeit slowly. Although it seems to be like frozen, which I guess makes sense because it is a cryokinetic blast after all. There's a second one though. Or is there? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, there is, behind that pillar over there. Actually, damn it. For fuck's sake. I might actually... Yeah, I can't even use a pistol. That's pretty annoying, but might actually be an idiot because it's an explosive barrel right next to it, so it might be that I'm just supposed to shoot that and it's going to destroy the turret. Okay, it didn't, so not that much of an idiot. Although I am a little disappointed. Okay, this seems to be a safe spot where it can't exactly reach me. Nanites, dead bodies, cyber module school. I definitely want to invest in hacking. Charged power cell, okay. So there is that. Is there anything else here? Doesn't look like it. There are actually a lot of skills I would like to invest in, rather. Hacking, of course, but also research seems interesting enough. But then again, I should probably, mind my choices, because it's unlikely I'll be able to acquire all the skills. The number of cyber modules obviously has to be limited. hacking is a must, just judging from the amount of closed containers and whatnot I've seen so far. Remember Citadel, yeah, I do, but unfortunately Tri-Optimum doesn't.
This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
Xerxes looks kind of creepy, but actually sounds a lot less creepy than Shodan did in the first game.
God damn. Somebody's hacked into this thing again. I'm gonna tell Delacroix.
And again, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be ghosts or like holograms, but either way, it's kind of weird. Okay, I guess it's time to check if I can...
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Can I sell you anything?
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
Nope, I just wasted my money on some chips. But this is actually... How do I unload ammo from it? Because this one is actually of better quality, so... I'll throw this one out and keep the other one. I can eat chips anyway, just to free space in my inventory. I have 6 cyber modules and I think I need like 13 to buy the hacking skill. Yeah, I'm not doing great at all. But I think I explored most of this part of the ship, so... Damn it. Yeah, this just loops back to the central chamber. So I think I'll just enter this area here with the power cell and then backtrack if necessary to open those containers.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
To be honest, it's pretty stupid from an in-game perspective for her to be withholding the modules as a kind of reward for my accomplishments, because if she really wants me to succeed, wouldn't she give me all the modules she has so that I can power myself up like from the start? It's rather stupid and irresponsible of her to be doling them out as a kind of incentive, because I might actually die in the process of trying to please her, so then she would have nothing. But I guess that's video game logic for you. Bulkhead, blah blah blah. So will this actually transfer me to another level or something? Yes, yeah, I guess it does. But wait, I'm not really sure if I... explored this part sufficiently enough. But I think I did, because the parts... the parts that I couldn't reach, I think are closed by doors that I could hack if I had the proper skill, but I don't, so I think... damn it, I want to do that. I think I have to proceed for now.
Good. You've managed to get into Med. Now find Grassi and get the keycard to the cruise sector. He's the one who monitored your cryo-sleep, so he might be interested in joining you. If he hasn't been butchered yet.
Yeah, somehow I don't think he's alive. Oh, it's actually pretty useful that I happened upon this station. And healing here does use nanites as well, but only a couple of them, so it's overall pretty useful. Anything else here?
You might witness some strange phenomena. Your R-grade cyber rig has an experimental perception enhancement that can theoretically detect residual psychic emanations. These emanations traditionally come from the recently dead. Literature might call them ghosts. I call them self-hypnotic defects in the R-grade unit. Don't let it distract you from the job at hand.
Oh, so the way this game tries to explain the ghosts is basically that it's a malfunction of the cybernetic implementations in our heads, but then again it's also like it's picking up on the residual psi energy, whatever, of the people that are dead. So am I supposed to take it that even though ordinarily you would call them like hallucinations, is there a degree of truth to them? Do they actually show me what happened, or is it like an artist interpretation? In any case, it's a strange explanation, but oh well. I've seen stranger. Damn, there are those... Are those monkeys psychic? Did this one just shoot...
Potential threat detected.
Damn it.
Potential threat detected.
Yeah, I guess they are. How do I... Okay, I'm really inconvenienced by that alarm. It's really long lasting too.
Access needed.
Damn it. They're using the same power that I am, the cryokinetic blast. Damn it. Okay, the psionic monkeys probably take the cake as far as the strangest thing I've seen so far goes. Damn it. Really inconvenienced by that alarm.
terminated.
There are a lot of enemies here. And I'm out of hypos, I mean psi hypos, so I guess no psionics for me, at least for some time. Ah, there's a camera right there, but I can't even use the pistol, which is pretty annoying. Okay, I managed to destroy it without raising a second alarm, which... Radiation, and blah blah blah, here a warning, radiation bar. Take damage based on the amount, can be decreased using anti-radiation hypos. Okay, so I have a couple of those. Run. Yeah, somehow I don't think it's a possibility for me. Bottle of champagne. Was there some celebration scheduled to happen? Guess I'll find out from this log here.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway? The interest of science? What about the interest of hygiene? Does anybody have any idea how much crap 150 lab monkeys make in a day? The poor chimps. They come on board for the most historic mission of all time, and they end up being chopped into little pieces in the name of progress.
Yeah, but apparently not all of them were, and it seems they've since rebelled against their cruel fate and their human overlords. Which I wonder if we'll find out more about how it actually happened, because it's really interesting to me that not only they are at least partially self-aware, but they also have psionic powers, so it's pretty weird.
Where'd everybody go? Is this some kind of joke? Hello?
Well, I have no idea, but... Oh, and apparently they are also immune to radiation. Great. There's a camera here, but I didn't exactly see in which direction. I'm going to backtrack a little.
Radiation hazard.
This is Xerxes. Why do you persist in your loneliness?
Damn it. Okay, I think I'm screwed. Because I don't have enough psi points to really... Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, it's pretty tough, and it's only the beginning of the game. Although, if psionics are anything like magic in many RPG games, I would think they are pretty weak at the beginning,
Intruder entering medical sector A.
but get more powerful as you go, so...
Ready demands to know your intentions. Are you allied with her? Do you not know of her intentions, of her history? She once tried to destroy your species, and now you do her bidding. Intruder entering medical sector A.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack here. First of all, Xerxes introduced himself as part of quote-unquote the many, which maybe are the mutants or something, because he also asked, why do you persist in your loneliness? So it was like an invitation to join their cult or their group, what's the proper word? What was it that the Borg had? Their conglomerate, their whatever. And the second thing that is even more interesting, he mentioned that he was wondering if we are serving her. That would mean Shodan, I think, because he also mentioned that she tried to destroy our species once, which was the story of the first game. She actually had multiple ploys to destroy humanity in that game, and shamefully enough, I've actually destroyed humanity by accident in the first game. But it's interesting because it would seem then that the many, the hybrids, the mutants that we are fighting, are actually opposed to Shodan, and yet they are still opposed to us as well. So I'm very much curious about how this will play out. Okay, I think there are some alive monkeys here because I hear them. Unless they are somehow making noises from beyond the grave, which would be pretty scary.
Angela, while it may appear that the lab monkeys are communicating with each other, I assure you it's quite impossible. You claim that one monkey signed the passcode for a supply closet to another, and the latter proceeded to open it. As I'm sure you know, there have literally been tens of thousands of studies of primate intelligence, and there's no evidence of behavior even remotely that sophisticated. So either you've single-handedly trumped the entire field of animal behaviorists, or you're badly in need of a vacation.
Ha! So the monkey question, the monkey plot runs deeper. I'm definitely hearing them, but they don't seem to be alive. Like, all of them seem to be dead, so it's a little spooky. Although I guess they could be down there. Yeah, I'm not really equipped to deal with them easily because I don't have any ranged weapons. Wait, is that the same space that's visible over here? I guess. Well, just a couple of chopped off legs. Yeah, that's where the monkey sounds have been originating from. Okay, come here. Actually, with them, it's probably easier to deal with them up close because I think their melee attack is actually weaker than the... it's another... Okay, it doesn't have condition, so I think I'm just going to throw one out for now, because I'm running out of space rather quickly. Psi-hypo. Okay.
I can't raise anybody down in engineering. With the lifts out, I'll need to get down there through the emergency conduit in the Psi Annex. I think the access code is in Watts' lab.
Okay, so I need a code for the Psi Annex, and then I can go to engineering. But again, this level is sprawling before my eyes, and it's a little confusing because I have to keep track of... Oh. Is that useful to me though? Maybe not that much. I have to keep track of where I've been and where I have not been. I very much like to explore all areas possible, because I'm very much into this story. Like, there are a lot of... What's that? Ah, that's just a box from a takeaway place or something. Although, would there be takeaway places on a spaceship? Like restaurants? You would think it would only be like one cafeteria for all the crew or something, but yeah, I'm very much into the game because there are a lot of things set up already that I'm very much interested in, and I think that this game does a much better job than the first one in introducing the various concepts that you might find interesting, because in the first one it was pretty much like I guess the mystery was sort of what exactly went wrong with Shodan, and like what were her exact plans. But in this one there is a lot more mystery regarding this Xerxes, the many, their relationship with Shodan, and also the monkeys are like the case of the monkeys is so out there that it's insanely interesting to me to learn what exactly happened to them that caused them to develop sentience. I mean, not sentience, but like self-awareness and you know, not to mention the psionic powers on top of that. I mean, even without that, it would be very interesting. But wait. Where am I exactly on this map? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't correspond to how this map looks. It's weird. Though maybe I'm just retarded. I've always had trouble with like orientating myself in space, because like maybe I'm just retarded, but I'd like to believe that it has something to do with my disability, because I actually have cerebral palsy, and so technically I am brain damaged, and I like to believe that some of the skills I have trouble with were somehow related to the area of the brain that is damaged in my case. So maybe I'm not, you know, stupid, maybe I'm just damaged. In any case, this episode has been actually long enough, so I'm going to save and see you in the next one. Bye.